Some would play.
Thanks for the word.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ooh,
It's cranberry apple.
My favorite. It's even chilled. It's in a cool wine glass.
Yeah.
As opposed to shot glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a thimble of wine.
Well,
A thimble of wine.
I'm guilty of drinking wine out of like pickle jars. So
What did we use? Didn't we drink it out of mason jars?
Oh yeah, mason jars.
Yeah.
After we got the bottle open, after like an hour.
Pickle jars are like, that's maybe a bridge too far. Mason jars is kitschy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But pickle jars.
Yeah.
I mean, the pickles weren't in it anymore. And
If
the
you need
pickle
some
juice
mugs, we have plenty. We
Yeah,
can
but-
give you some.
Well, we have mugs, but it was the only clean.
Someone
Like-
refuses to do the dishes.
You found me out.
Hey, I've been there, okay?
Although
I could just use a random thing or do dishes.
now that I'm making more money, we can get our pipes fixed. I can actually wash my dishes in my sink and not my bathtub.
What?
Oh, did I not tell you?
No.
Why didn't your pipes work?
Because
Is it just your kitchen sink pipes?
they weren't installed correctly.
Do you
and
also
they're-
have
and
to
they're-
bathe in the bathtub?
It's usually where people bathe, yes.
With ketchup and mustard?
What? Okay, what? Hold on. So your pipes weren't installed correctly.
it's kind of a long story, but so our kitchen. Well, why can't I talk? What is wrong with me? Our
Had
kitchen.
one sip of wine,
It's one too many.
obviously.
Our kitchen sink got clogged last year, like around October,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, okay, let's find a plumber to go fix it. And we found somebody, and he came and looked at it, and he was like, I can't do this, but my.
He couldn't do it by himself?
He
You
couldn't,
were good to spill that wine, honey.
Oh, thanks.
he
You're
couldn't
welcome.
fix the clog, so the sink was working, and then it was clogged. And now they're
Right.
telling you that it's not.
He said, I can't, but my supervisor can. And then his supervisor came and looked at it and said, it'll be $900. And we're just like, we just don't have that money. So we'll just be using the bathtub until we can afford it to fix it.
To get a clog out?
Well, it was a lot deeper than just a clog because, like, basically, like, it's not draining. But the reason why is because the pipes weren't installed correctly. So, like, it has to do with, like, the pressure, like the vacuum pressure between the
So how was it working before?
I don't know.
Have you tried a plunger?
Yeah,
Have you tried getting a second opinion?
not yet. But I think I'm going to get a second
What?
opinion though. Like,
Highly recommend that because, I mean, if the sink worked before and then it was just clogged or something, like, unless there's been damage done
I
to
think
it,
there
I
was
can't
damage.
imagine that.
Yeah. I also know that sometimes it depends on where the clog is. So, like, I lived in this apartment building and, like, I would get so mad because there was this kid, like, 2 floors above me would flush things down the toilet. But my toilet was the lowest point in the whole building. So, so their toilet didn't back up. My toilet would back up. And then I would call my landlord, and my landlord would get like mad at me. He'd be like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And I'm like, this is actually your apartment, dude. Like, I don't own this. I can go move somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's like I have a toilet that's not flushing.
and it's not flushing. It's like, my entire carpet is now wet. Like, it would
Oh.
seep into my bedroom and seep into my front room and my kitchen. Like, you'd walk around and it'd be like squish, squish, squish,
Oh,
squish.
it's awful.
And then I'm all like, you're going to get mold. And then he's like, no, I'm not. Because you can't get mold unless mold's there. And I'm like, mold is in the air. Okay. Like you can still get mold. Thank you. But again, I was just like, I thought you would want to know because it's your apartment. It's mostly just because he was mad that he would then have to pay. And they would have to go like all the way into the back and like lift whole pipes out and it'd be like this little like Hot Wheels cars. And like you could tell, like it was not me, and he'd be mad at me, and I'm like, I did it, but I'm the one getting the consequences.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know.
It was kind of funny though, because one night it happened and I had a couple friends over and we had all been drinking a lot. And we're just like, WTF. Like my apartment is just now got water everywhere. Okay.
And that's the worst. It's like squishy carpets, like where you're walking and it's wet. And it's just like,
It's awful because then, they can't use, because we couldn't use the toilet. And my landlord's getting mad at me and I'm just like, I'm sorry that it's 11:30 on a Friday.
but also
That's
like
part
that,
of being a landlord.
right. I was about to say like that. Isn't that what you sign up for when you become a landlord? Like,
It's not a real job. They don't expect to actually work.
oh, they just
They
want
just they just want to
get
own
the money.
property and receive money
Yeah.
and not do anything.
This landlord actually wasn't that bad. It's just he only ever got mad at that one thing. That, and then there was a lady on the second floor. Like when she started talking, she never stopped. And then she would, and he was like overall a nice guy. Like he actually spent the money to fix. He actually had like a driveway next to the building, and he actually fixed the end because he actually saw a person in a wheelchair try to get up over it, but because the lip was broken and stuff, they couldn't, and he felt so bad that he actually fixed it.
It had been broken for 20 years, and he'd never seen a crippled person ever. Then one day he was like, people in chairs exist? Oh my God, they can't get over that lip. What an asshole I've been for 20 years.
I don't think he owned the building that long. He'd only owned it for like a few years.
Was he like the owner or just like the property manager?
No, he was like the owner. Mm-hmm. He owned it and managed it. It wasn't that big of an apartment building. It was only like 4 floors.
Yes?
This wine is really good.
Yeah. It's that
You should
cranberry
marry
apple.
I just might.
You know, I thought you were good too, so I married you.
I am good. I'm the greatest.
I think it's so great that Matt's been so supportive in your career.
We'll find out in 6 months. Right now it's fine because we got enough money.
I'll just sell a liver or something.
It'll be fine.
I don't need them.
Well, and like now is really the time. If I'm going to try something, now it's the time to do it. We've gotten the stimulus money, and so I'm able to use that to like start my business. And then we're getting the big thing is that we're getting the help with the childcare.
They should really offer like money for bone marrow. Like they don't, and they should. Because people need it to live. It can save lives, and there's not enough marrow donors. But if you offered money like they do for plasma, you'd have plenty.
So how does that work? Because I feel like that's a loophole. Because I think, isn't it against the law to like actually sell like body parts or body fluids? So like with the plasma, like I think it's like a loophole where like we're not paying you for the plasma, we're paying you for the time that you're sitting here.
Basically, yes.
So
Yes, you donate the plasma,
right.
Couldn't you do like the same thing?
which is pretty good.
With bone marrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
same
mean, I
thing with
feel
bone
like
marrow.
Do I have time to go pee?
Yes.
It
yeah,
hurts like hell, apparently. But if they gave me like $1,000, I'd get on the registry. If they were like, get on the registry, and if we need your marrow, we'll contact you and we'll give you $1,000. I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'm on the registry. Let's do this thing. And then I'd be saving kids with cancer's lives all the time. It'd be great.
and get paid in the
Be
process.
rich. They'd be like,
I figure
let's
I
chop
get
into that
sick
marrow
so
some more.
much, and my immune system is just so sucky. There's no way my bone marrow is any good.
I got the best bone marrow.
You probably do.
How do they have to do like? How do they get it out? Do they have to do like a spinal tap or?
I
Wait.
think they go into the bone.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be not great. That's why I'm like $1,000 would do it for me. Probably 2. If they offered 5 or 10, I'd be gung ho in. They could have all my marrow. Just keep it in cold storage or something for when they need it. I don't know. Give me that money.
You just want to be able to sell yourself.
Dude,
here.
I wish they paid for blood. I'd donate that. But they don't.
I donated blood last year, and they call me almost every day to donate more blood.
Oh yeah, I get emails all the time. It's great.
And I'm probably going to, but it feels weird. Like
I have such a hard time because I have a lot of issues with iron. And so like sometimes I'll go in and I'll give blood and I'm just fine. Sometimes I'll go in, like I've gone in, given blood, and then it was like I just have to lay on the floor for a while. Nobody get me up because I just feel like the world is tilting over. And then sometimes I go in and they're like, you can't give blood because your iron's too low. That's happened to me twice. So I've stopped.
I actually
stopped.
I might need to be more careful with that because I found out that I'm anemic.
Good job.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Yeah, I
Which
love
explains
how
a lot.
my doctor, okay, it's probably because I'm fat, okay? My doctor doesn't say I'm anemic. No, they described that I had to have all the symptoms of being anemic. But, obviously I couldn't be anemic because I'm fat, okay? I need a new doctor.
Sounds like it.
This was the same doctor who was just like, there's nothing wrong with you. You need to try harder.
Are
Oh,
you sure
yeah.
they weren't saying?
There's these other things.
Are you sure they weren't saying you're not anorexic because you're fat?
No.
I don't think anemia has anything to do with weight.
Yeah, I don't know about
don't-
that.
You need a different doctor.
I just needed a
Yeah, you
doctor.
need a different doctor because like
Probably
my doctor,
one that's been to med school.
my doctor looked at my my results. And it's like, oh, you have based on these results, you have anemia, like based on science.
No, she was
So-
just like, take some iron supplements. And what's really bad is she didn't even say take iron supplements. They were like, take a blah, 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 blah supplement. Like they called it by some fancy name. And I was like, what? They're like, oh, just take iron supplements. And I'm like, the average person does not know that, okay? Like, damn it.
My doctor was excited to tell me all about how they made the new COVID vaccines when I went in January. I was like, no, I know. We're good. I read about it. It's great. mRNA. I love it. It's wonderful. Let's make them all that way.
Is that what the egg?
Hmm?
The egg? They put it in an egg yolk or whatever.
I don't know.
And they take
it's-
it out and put it in another
it's
egg
like,
yolk.
It's like actually genetic. I can't talk.
Oh, yeah.
Genetic-
They
What's
do
wrong
the-
with me?
I think they do the egg for the flu vaccine.
Oh.
This one's using messenger RNA
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
to create like the spike protein or whatever. I don't know. Tells your body to make the antibodies or some shit.
I'm still ticked off about that because like they were like, oh no, 6 people in over 1 billion
6 million.
It's
I
just
think.
women,
have gotten.
not real people.
Well, no, what ticks me off about it, okay, is that they even say that they haven't been able to like confirm a link, right? But it's been 6 in millions, and oh yeah.
All lives matter.
Well, evidently not because the Moderna one looks like it's causing miscarriages, but fetuses aren't people. So that doesn't matter.
Well, neither are women, so
Yeah, neither are women. It doesn't matter about their bodies. So the Johnson & Johnson, oh, we got to put that on hold. But Moderna one, oh, well, who cares? I'm so mad about that.
I'm getting the Pfizer and then the Moderna. I'm gonna mix and match.
I don't think you can. You just take whatever they give you, okay?
I mean, I don't think they're keeping records, so I probably just show up for the Pfizer and then
They
go
do. They write it on your card which one you got.
Yeah, and then they send it home with you, and
And
so
then
you
you
just
erase
go
it.
to the Moderna place and be like, "No, this is my first time," and they hook you up and give you a new card that says you got Moderna,
No,
and
because
you're
when
like,
you go,
"Fuck
they set
yeah."
up your next appointment right then and there.
Yeah, but then you don't go to the next appointment. You instead schedule one for Moderna, and then when you don't show up, they're like, "Okay, they don't got time to chase me down, figure out where I'm at." They give them out vaccines all day long, every day.
I love you.
I'm a genius. Watch me get both vaccines.
Oh,
Well, why not go for all three and get
And
the
then
Johnson &
when they
Johnson?
when they let it happen again, yeah, when they turn it back on soon, I'm sure they're gonna meet and be like, six blood clots is fine. It's totally
know.
fine. Let's get back.
like
in
I
action,
understand,
baby."
like it's supposed to be like the worst kind of blood clot you can get.
People
like,
be like,
I
"Did you
get
get
that.
vaccinated. I got all
But
three.
they
baby."
have not actually linked the two yet.
I mean, you could.
It just happened to be 6 people who got this vaccine. Oh, I'm so
well,
mad about
of
it.
the however many million people got the vaccine, I'm sure you can find 10 people who had a stroke.
Right.
But they're also probably women, so don't count.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, we
with
don't
the
count.
Moderna one, we can't pause it because, it might be causing miscarriages. And that's the thing with the Moderna one. Don't even totally pause it. Just pause it for pregnant women. That's it. But no, who cares about that? Because they're not born yet, so they're obviously not people.
Rico, I'm gonna get all 3 vaccines.
So glad my 16-year-old mother didn't abort me.
I got
I'm
a
going to
plan.
make a fucking difference in the world.
I'm gonna go get the Pfizer,
You already are.
Fuck you, people.
and then I'm gonna sign up to get the Moderna because I'm sure they're not sharing records. This seems like a real slipshod type action going
That
on.
also seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
You should just stick with getting them.
And then I don't go get this.
Go give me some more wine.
I guess I could. Is it upstairs?
No, it's down here.
I guess I could get the second dose of each and then be 4 times vaccinated for COVID, and then get the Johnson and
That
Johnson
might
for
make you
5.
sick. that
It'll
might
make me
actually.
invincible. Watch me. They'll get new strains of COVID.
Are you getting the Pfizer or the Moderna?
All three. I just said that. Fucking what are we even talking about here?
I feel like we're not doing D&D tonight. We're just doing someone play. Some would say, which I refuse to be on. So I think I was on one. I was really drunk and I blanked that out of my mind. I don't remember it.
That's the one.
What? Yes, I know. Oh no.
Just like mixing the vaccines. Like,
Mixing wine as you're talking about mixing vaccines. WTF.
Great genocide.
All right, Rico, give us an intro. Where are we at? Are we all unconscious? Did Neith end up in a weird bar with an old lover? Damn. We're going to get sucked up by a tornado.
Nope.
Damn.
Sucked off by a tornado. Yeah. Now
need
we're talking.
Jenna keeps us more of a mellow. All of a sudden, the full-on Matt's coming out tonight.
Full on Matt's always out. What are you talking about?
So
Give it a listen.
Is this not how Matt always is? Because this is the only Matt I know.
Exactly.
It is very interesting that the only real time. Every once in a while, he'll say comments like this, but not like to this extent. Okay.
Sucked off by a tornado.
What?
Every episode is me saying insane things that shouldn't be said. Sometimes I even cut that shit out. Me and Rico were having a side conversation about something in the last episode that went out, and I had to just kill our side conversation, silence that while everybody else was talking. It's like, this is annoying. I don't know. I don't think I should leave this. Our conversation's not that important.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay. So,